Hey guys, so I made a last minute decision to do a 24-hour readathon. I have been trying to do a 24-hour readathon all by myself so many times, but then I would try it and then get too tired to go on and then I give up. But this time I really want to try to do it. And I decided to start at midnight. It just turned midnight like a few minutes ago, so it is time. There's no official readathon for this. There's nothing going on in the book community that's like forcing me to do this. This is just something that I decided to do all on my own, specifically because I have some series that I really want to get to this month, series that I need to catch up and finish on. So I thought reading them during a 24-hour readathon would help me to catch up on these series and get them read. And since it is currently late and I don't live alone, I have to keep my voice very low during the next 8 hours because I don't want to disturb my family that is sleeping. So that's why I'm talking in a really soft voice, so I hope you don't mind that. I'm going to mention some of the books that I'm hoping to read during my own 24-hour readathon. The book I'm currently reading is Lover Eternal by J.R. Ward. This is the second book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and I just started it, well, I guess you can say last night, even though I started it like 2 hours ago because it's the next day. And I am on page 100. So I got through 100 pages of this. I want to finish this during my little readathon, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do that, and I'm really looking forward to it. I love this series, and this book so far is going so well. I'm so into it, so I'm excited to get back into it right now after I do this clip. And the other books I want to get to, I want to finish off the Maybe Someday series, the Maybe series by Colleen Hoover. I read Maybe Someday last month and I really loved it, so I'm going to continue. And the next one I have to get to is the novella, which is Maybe Not, and that is a very, very short book because it is a novella, so I should be able to get to it and finish it during this readathon. And then I want to get to Maybe Now, which is the sequel and last book in this series, and I think I should be able to do that. The rest of the books in the series are fairly short, so might be able to accomplish finishing this series during this readathon. And that's the TBR I'm sticking to right now because I think realistically that's all I'm going to be able to get to within 24 hours. Might not even get to Maybe Now, it just depends on how I do. So that is my plan. I will update every 100 pages or so. I do plan to read about 100 pages of my books and then take a little break, maybe like a half-hour break, just so that I don't lose steam while I'm reading, because I do need breaks even during a 24-hour readathon. That's just how my brain works, so I don't get too tired of reading. So I will be back when I've read some more of Lover Eternal. So I'm gonna get to that right now. Hey, so it is 4 in the morning and I just took a break from reading Lover Eternal and I'm just now about to go back into it. I just took like a little break, had some popcorn, which I still have a little bit left, so I'm just gonna finish that. And now I am ready to finally get back into this book. I am on page 200, so I'm almost halfway through, which is awesome. It is getting really good. I'm really feeling it, as I knew I would because I love the first book so much. Right now I'm like a little tired, but not tired enough to where I feel like I have to go to sleep, so like I think I'm still good, but I don't think that means I'm not going to feel tired later on in the day. I know that's going to happen. I think I'm going to have to get some caffeine in me later just to stay up. So I'll probably be doing that when it's daylight outside. I'm going to read another 100 pages before taking a break. I have been really anxious to get back into this though, because this is like the sort of book that you just cannot put it down. It is just like crack. I just love this series so much. So with that said, I'm going to go and I'll update when I have read another 100 pages of this book. Hey, so it is 11 o'clock. And I just woke up. Yes, I did end up falling asleep. I couldn't help it. I fell asleep probably around 6, I was still reading Love Eternal, but I was just nodding off. Like, I would be reading but falling asleep at the same time. And finally I was like, you know what, this is not working out. I cannot read while I'm falling asleep. So I just ended up going to bed, and I set my alarm for like 10:30 or so I got like 5 hours of sleep. So kind of disappointed that I couldn't pull an all-nighter, but it is what it is. At least I'm rested enough now to where I can read for the rest of the day. That's what I plan to do. I'm still gonna like treat this like a read-a-thon, even though I ended up falling asleep, but I'll read constantly for the rest of the day. So that is my plan. So with that said, I'm just gonna get right back into reading Love Eternal right after I have some breakfast. And instead of reading like 100 pages and then taking a break, throughout the day I'm going to try to read 200 just because I'm really behind. Because I ended up falling asleep, so I kind of just want to read as much as I can despite the fact that I fell asleep. So reading every 200 pages and then taking a break should be fine, even though that's a little challenging, but I'm going to try it. And basically the whole day I do plan to read. I do want to go out today because today is my only chance to be able to go out, and I'm going to take a trip to Barnes & Noble because my mom recently paid me, and so I have money finally. So I just want to take a trip to Barnes & Noble. I don't really know what books I'm going to get. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to get the rest, or at least the next 3 books in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, because I still want to keep on collecting those books, because I think I'm going to be binge reading this series. I just love it so much. So if they have that series, I might get those books. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to get some books. So I'm just going to go have some breakfast, and then I'll read another 200 pages of Love Eternal, and then I'll be back in a few hours. So I'll see you then. I have a reading buddy. He decided to lay on my lap while I'm reading, so he's keeping my lap really warm. Oh, Cody. She always loves licking my hand. She always does that. Her tongue is super scratchy. That's a good kitty. So I am all dressed and ready to head out. I finished reading, not 200 pages because I didn't have time, but like probably around close to 50 pages of Love Eternal. So I'm about on page almost 300. I think it's like 280, so getting by. This book so far is like just a tad bit steamier than Dark Lover, which the first book was really steamy, but this one is just like, oh my god, like borderline erotica. That's really interesting. I'm still loving it. The romance has been developing so nicely, even though it's kind of at a standstill right now because the 2 love interests are facing something that is not allowing them to really be together. So that is really hard, but I'm still like rooting for them. So I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble first. I might go to the library, we'll see. I think I actually am, because there are a few books that I want to pick up from the library that I want to read this month, so that'll be nice. I actually haven't been to the library in months, so it'd be nice to kind of utilize it finally. So I'm gonna go, and I'll probably vlog when I get to Barnes & Noble. So I'll see you guys in a few in the next clip. Hey, so it is 3 o'clock and I am finally back home. You always think errands are gonna go quick, but then like 3 hours later, you're still out. I hate when that happens. I don't run errands very much. This is the first time I've done it in a long time, and I'm like, oh my god, this takes forever. I had to stop at like 3 places. I stopped at Walmart, stopped at the library, stopped at Barnes & Noble, got a drink from McDonald's. It just all adds up. The time just adds up. But finally, I'm back and I'm ready to get back into reading. And before I do that, let's share the books that I got from Barnes & Noble. So I did get the next 3 books in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, so I'm glad to have those. I have book 4, books 4, 5, and 6. I don't know which one is which. That's how many books are in this series. I don't know the order of them, but they are all right here. So I'm glad I have those. I have the first 3, and so I have books 1 through 6. And now that I have the first 6 books, I feel like I need to collect them all now because I don't want my collection to be incomplete. So I probably will collect these over time as I read them. So I'm excited to keep on reading this series. So that's why I'm really looking forward to getting back into Lover-Eternal right now. And I also stopped at the library, and I guess I should show the books that I got from the library. I left them in my room, so I guess we're gonna have to take a trip over here. I got 3 books from the library. Like, I got all the books that I could find that are on my March TBR, but the library didn't have all the books from my March TBR, but like, I kind of expected that. So, let's turn the light on here. And so, the first one I got is Someday by David Levithan. This is the sequel to Everyday, which is one of my favorite books of all time. So, I can't believe I still haven't read this yet. It came out the end of 2018, and like, still haven't read it. I hadn't been looking for it when I got to the library, but I just saw it, and I'm like, I plan to read that at some point, so I'm just gonna grab it. So that's what I did. And then I got Scarlet, which is the second book. I need to sit down. I'm like out of breath for some reason. It is the second book to the Lunar Chronicles. I read Cinder in February, and I didn't love it, but I was intrigued enough to pick up the next book in this series, so I'm gonna at least give Scarlet a try, see if I like it more than Cinder. I hope so. And then I got a book that I've been meaning to pick up for so long, which is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I've been wanting to get to this book before I read The Cruel Prince, so that's why I picked it up. I just saw it and I was like, you know what, I need to get that because I really need to read this book already so much, and I really, really do want to read it. So hopefully that'll happen this month, if not next month, if I'm able to renew these books. We'll see. So yeah, I got 6 books while I was out. So that's awesome. Some I get to keep, some that I'm borrowing. So I'm gonna go back to reading now, and I'm gonna try to finish the rest of Lover-Eternal in one sitting. I do need to pick up my brother at some point. I don't know when, but if I can finish it in one sitting before then, like, that would be awesome. So I'm gonna go right now, and I will be back in the next clip. Hey, so it is nearing 7 o'clock? I don't know. Sometime after 6, and I still have yet to finish Lover-Eternal. Getting through it slowly, slower than I thought, but you know, whatever. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure I will be able to finish it tonight, and I should be at least be able to start. Maybe not, because it's super short. I hope so. We'll just see how things go. Right now I am going to get back to reading. I just picked up my brother from school, so now that's out of the way, so now I can just read until dinner time, which should be in like an hour or so. I feel like this is the most boring vlog ever. I have not vlogged in so long, so I'm just not kind of used to it. So this is just kind of a practice run, a practice vlog. I've been trying to make it a little entertaining, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's boring, but thank you for watching anyway. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm just gonna try to finish this before dinner time. We'll see if it happens. I just really want to get this finished, and I'm really excited to keep on reading it. And that is the heater that is super loud, so I'm gonna go because that is distracting. So I'll see you guys when I've hopefully finished this book finally. Hey, so good news, I finished Lover-Eternal. So I got 1 book read during my 24-hour read-a-thon, so I'm really happy about that. I really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, so not as good as the first book, which I gave Dark Lover 5 stars, but I still liked it. The only little problem I had is the main girl, Mary, in this book is kind of annoyed me at some points, mainly just in the beginning because she is sick with leukemia, so she has a lot of self-confidence issues. So she's not very confident in herself, but that leads her to believe that she's not beautiful, that she is not desirable, and it got annoying because the main guy, Rage, and all the other guys in the book thought she was beautiful, but she'd be like, no, I'm so plain, I'm so boring. And that is a common trope that I am just so tired of. That trope is more specifically in YA books, but this is an adult series. This girl, this woman is 31 years old and she's having these very irritating self-confidence issues about herself when she's too old to be kind of thinking like that. Like in young adult books I can understand that sort of trope, but it's just kind of more annoying when it's in an adult book. So that really bothered me about it, and it just didn't make really sense to me how the guys in this book thought she was beautiful, but then she's like, no, I'm so plain, I'm so boring, and it just like annoyed me. But other than that, I did like her character towards the end. She really grew on me, and overall it was a great book. I loved the romance. It was so sweet and steamy, and I was all for it. And I am really looking forward to getting to the next book really soon. However, I'm going to take a break from this series right now because I have other books I need to read, but I am really anxious to get to the next book because the next book is about a character which is Sadist, who I love so much, and I want to know more about him. I am like so excited to get to the next book because of that, so I'm gonna get started on that really soon. But unfortunately, I'm gonna stop this readathon here because it is almost 11 o'clock, or is it 11 o'clock? It is 2 minutes away from 11 o'clock, and so I was planning to stop this readathon at midnight, but I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to get another book read in time before the readathon ends, so I don't see the point in starting one. And quite frankly, I'm really tired of reading. I've been reading all day, and I'm just like over it now. I've burnt out from reading, so I'm just going to watch TV and just chill. But I had a lot of fun. I feel very accomplished even though I only read one book, but it would actually have taken me 3 to 4 days to read a book this long, and I finished it in 2 days, so I count that as an accomplishment. I'm really happy about that. So I did succeed in something during this 24-hour readathon, and I'll definitely do a 24-hour readathon again. Probably I'll be doing like Dewey's 24-hour readathon, which I think is coming up really soon, but I'll definitely be doing that. And should be a lot of fun because I had fun during this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this readathon vlog. I'll be back with more vlogs in the future. There are a few readathons coming up that I do plan on vlogging, so I hope you guys are interested in that. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are interested in doing so. And you can follow me on Twitter because I post a lot on there, and I'll be back really soon. Bye.